Hi, welcome. Ladies, have a seat, kick back, let's relax. You don't hear that often, do you?
Especially being a mom now.
Yes. So we're here talking about all things motherhood, and I think there's this concept, right, that like there's no one size fits all, right? And everyone's journey is a little bit different. So set it up for us. I want to hear about each of you, what current stage you're at with motherhood, and what are you finding uniquely challenging, but also really beautiful?
So I am a brand new mom. I have a 9-month-old named Atlas.
Amazing.
She is my best friend already. It's so funny because prior to having Atlas, I was happy being a cool aunt, okay? Because I became pregnant at 38. I just didn't think it was gonna be in my path, but I was so happy, so blessed to be able to have her. And I will say, you know, being in this new stage of motherhood, I've realized that every experience is different for everybody, and you can't compare yourself to others, especially on TikTok.
Yes,
Learned that the
very
hard
true.
way. But I'm so happy, so blessed, and every day I feel like being a mom is like playing Tetris. Is a new opportunity, a new experience unlocked on a daily basis.
Yeah. How about for you, Michelle?
I love that analogy. It
Yeah.
is like Tetris. I have a 2-year-old. He turned 2 last week, and a 7-month-old. Very quick succession. I had these 2 little guys. And I think, what was the question? What's been surprising?
What stage are you at right now, which you just set up for us,
I'm
but
at
also
that
what's
stage.
really challenging, but also uniquely beautiful.
Yeah, okay.
Because you know it's both.
Yeah, so I was terrified to have a second. I found my first run at motherhood extremely dark. It was a slap in the face. I think I had much more going on mentally than I really knew at the time. And I think when you're in the thick of it and it's not what you expected at all, and it is like being slapped in the face, society also kind of tells us that we're a good mum if we also don't prioritize ourselves. So I was like lying on the health checklist about how I was actually feeling because I just thought I don't have the capacity to deal with this. And then I fell pregnant very quickly. As a surprise, I was still breastfeeding. I hadn't had a period, and I thought, holy like, am I actually going to have to go back into this? I'm terrified to go through postpartum again because I was worried I would lose I guess, control of my mental state. And so what I found surprising and beautiful was just how different my second time round has been with my now 7-month-old. I found it incredibly healing, and I guess I now feel quite grateful to have had 2 experiences at complete opposite ends of the spectrum, because I went from thinking, what the F is the baby bubble? Like, this is horrific. And even not really understanding how people could say it's a love like no other. I just didn't have that immediate connection. And then I got to go through it again and live it from a different angle. So I guess that's been my experience, and I'm grateful for that, and it's kind of led me to the work that I do now, because it also showed me how important it is to have support and community postpartum, and how different it is when you feel like you're carrying it alone versus when you're carrying it with a village, which I'm sure we'll get into.
Yeah, we'll get into that. How are you feeling today?
Oh, every
7
day.
months, you're in it.
And I did stop breastfeeding this week as well, so hormonally I'm like, whoa. Yeah. But I'm here, so that's a win when you're a mum.
Yes, you're juggling it. You're doing the best you can. You really are. And Gabrielle, you've talked about becoming a mom for the first time when you turned 39, and sort of how you maybe didn't envision that for yourself. You thought you were going to be an aunt, you know, the fun aunt, and then you decided you wanted to experience motherhood. And what has that journey been like for you? And how did you, I feel like you've come to terms with it, and you're kind of realizing that it was perfect timing all along.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad you said that last part, because for me, growing up, I had all of these milestones that I felt like I needed to check off before becoming a mom, right? I grew up in the age of teenage mom on MTV, and my mom was a teenage mother, and she put the fear of God in me of having my baby too soon or too early. And then I was like, oh my gosh, but I've waited too long. Now time's up. And I will say, in the very beginning when I found out that I was pregnant, I was terrified. I said to myself, okay, do I have the tools mentally and physically to bring a life into this world? And I spoke to my husband. I will say I'm blessed in having a really strong partner. He has a daughter already, so it was kind of for him like, oh, we can do this. We can handle anything. And I approached motherhood like how I would approach brand marketing. Each day it's different.
Love that.
There's a campaign, right? There's a color story. No, literally, I have a daughter. We have different color stories every day. But I just took it like piece by piece, and I knew that every day it was going to be a little bit different. But to tap into the mental health, after I had Atlas, maybe the first 2 weeks, spending a few times in the shower crying, because that just happens from hormonal shift, I hired a therapist for the first time ever in my life, just because I didn't want to mess up, right? I had that in my head, like, I don't want to ruin, my opportunity to be a strong mother, and whatever that means, right? And what was beneficial for me is that my therapist validated that, first of all, there's no right or wrong way to be a mother, and everything you experience is natural. A lot of women have gone through what you've gone through. She helped for me to get rid of the mom guilt that I was facing. Just to be transparent, I had a C-section, and I just felt like, oh gosh, I'm already losing this race. I didn't do motherhood correctly, and then I decided not to breastfeed just because my baby wouldn't latch, so I felt terrible. And she said, there's so many women that's experiencing this. Girl, you got it. The simple fact that you're here, your hair is done, your makeup's on, you're already killing it. And so that validation is everything that I needed. And then also seeking advice from trusted women and my community was important as well. And then it allowed for me to see my mom in a new way, right? And all of the advice she would give me in the past, I was able to celebrate her, and I would say, okay, I see why you're obsessed with me. I get it now. I'm obsessed with my daughter.
I think we all look back at our moms and we're like, oh, we get it now.
Yes, exactly. So, and I forgot your question. I just went on a tangent.
No, that was great. I loved it. I was just sitting here enjoying it. I want to circle back to career a little bit too with you, Michelle. You actually became president of this company that you're currently at when you were 30 weeks pregnant. And you talk about it being a very personal, a very emotional experience, and a very empowering one. Can you share a little bit more about your experience?
Yeah, so when I was in the darkness of my first postpartum experience, I'm an expat, I'm from Australia, if you can't tell, but I live in LA. And I was struggling. I had a unique situation where my partner, he was living in a different state when I gave birth. So for the first 3 months, I was actually kind of alone, and I didn't really have, family around, and most of my friends weren't mums yet. He has a profession where he just can't get time away. But I knew Peanut existed, and so I downloaded it, and it's how I made my first mum friend, and I went to my first meetup, and I started just going on coffee dates. But it was even just being able to, I describe Peanut, for those of you who don't know what it is it's like if Bumble and Reddit had a baby, and it's just full of mums. So you can meet mum friends, but you can also go through group forums, and when you tell us where you're at in your pregnancy, you're actually put in a virtual mum group with all the other women who are also having babies when you are or have kids your age. So I just started stalking the app and just being able to see raw, unfiltered conversation about motherhood, and other people saying that maybe they weren't feeling like they were that connected, or the sleep deprivation had slapped them in the face, or they weren't really sure who they were anymore. I just found that incredibly reassuring. And I knew the founder of the company. I had a tech company of my own before I worked here, and she had invested in my company and I was selling it. And so she approached me and asked me if I would come and help her lead Peanut. And it was just a very deeply personal move for me. But at the same time this conversation happened, I was actually sitting there 10 weeks pregnant with my second child already, thinking, oh, really, really want to do this, but like, will the timings align? And it was interesting because I felt like I'd already worked through so much self-doubt and proven to myself that pregnancy and motherhood isn't a threat to productivity in the right environments. And so I knew, and when I say in the right environments, I mean in a place that doesn't discriminate against mothers and parenthood and look at it like it's a setback, and actually appreciates it for the superpower that it is. But even though I'd figured that out for myself, I think when you are pregnant and becoming a mum, you still can sometimes doubt yourself and your conditioning comes in. And so I was definitely sitting there thinking, oh my God, is this all going to work out for me? But I also remember thinking, if I can't be honest with a woman who is running an app for mums, there's something wrong with that. So I told her that I was pregnant, and she described it as kismet, meant to be, and she waited for me. And then I started at the company, and I kind of tell the story not to be like, oh, I was hired at 30 weeks pregnant. I really share it to set a challenge for other leaders, because there are so many companies out there that say they care about women and they support women. But I think the real test of that is, how do they react when a woman comes to them and tells them that they are pregnant? And that's kind of a world I want to see. That's where I really want to see change. And I think representation really matters. So I guess that's my experience.
It's incredible. And Gabrielle, you've talked about how you are very passionate about your career and following that passion. And becoming a mom has reshaped how you show up in the workplace. How has that shifted for you?
Yes, 100%. So at Shapermint, we actually, our customer are moms, 80% of them actually. And so in different stages of motherhood. So we have new moms, we have empty nesters, and we have experienced mothers. And it's allowed me to tackle my work a little bit differently in terms of the type of copy that we're writing, the imagery that we're showing. It allows me to be a bit more authentic in the storytelling. Prior to that, when I joined the brand about 6 years ago, we promoted body positivity, which is now transitioned into body confidence. And I decided to become a licensed body confidence coach, because I said, if we're going to walk the walk, we truly need to be able to talk the talk. And through that work, it's allowed me to show up in a way that I had never thought imagined. Growing up, I was plus sized. I struggled with my weight. I struggled with being confident, believe it or not. I feel like I'm a very confident woman now, but when you become pregnant, your body changes significantly. So me just staring in the mirror, seeing how my body was growing, seeing the weight that I was gaining, like that 20 pounds that they say you're supposed to gain, I did that like the first 2 weeks, okay? And so it allowed me to be happy about that, happy about my body changing, embracing my new thighs that I was getting, because I know that I was creating a healthy and safe environment physically for my daughter. And I now feel like I can relate to a lot of women who, after they have their baby, they are being pressured to snap back. And I say, no, we're gonna snap forward, okay? Who we were back then is not who we are now. So embrace who you are in this stage. Give your body grace, okay? I am becoming more, physically aware, because I want to be healthy for her. So I'm trying to get my steps in, I'm trying to take my vitamins, but I'm also trying to be sure that I'm mentally and physically healthy for my baby, so we could both celebrate together.
Absolutely. Yes. I love that. And you touch on something that I think, Michelle, you will appreciate. And it's sort of this, you go from a shift from not being a mom to becoming a mom, and that your life changes in so many more ways than just having a human. There's so much that comes with it. And, we talk about different stages of, life, whether it's puberty or menopause, but there's a term for motherhood that you really love. And it was a term I wasn't familiar with. And granted, English is my second language. I don't think many people have heard this word. You want to share it?
So this is my favorite topic, and I will ask the audience, could you raise your hand if you've heard the word matrescence? So I could probably count maybe on, I feel like that's less than 10. So we recently ran a campaign at Peanut to get the word matrescence added to the dictionary. So matrescence is defined as the process of becoming a mother. It's the physical, psychological, emotional, and social transformation that a woman goes through. And it is what I love about this definition is it's often referred to as a process of becoming. So it is ongoing. And this is not a new word, matrescence. It was coined in 1973 by an anthropologist named Dana Raphael. And if you write that word in your phone today, it'll come up with a red squiggly line on it. It is not in the dictionary. And I discovered this word when I was postpartum the first time around, and I couldn't believe it. Like, I felt so seen, so understood. It made so much sense to me. And then we ran a survey on Peanut and we asked all the mums, have you heard the word matrescence? And 67% of them had never heard the word, yet all of us who are mothers go through this. And it's the biggest neurological in the human brain ever observed. So it's like adolescence, but adolescence on steroids. And when they do scans on older women's brains, they can see who is a mum and who is not because of how much the grey matter in our brains changes. So it's just kind of, the irony is loud that the word that describes becoming a mum isn't in the dictionary, and most of us have never heard it. And when we ran this campaign, we put a full page ad in the New York Times that said IDGAF, so I don't give a f- in the dictionary, matrescence isn't. It's time to give a f- about mothers. And yeah, thanks. And it kind of went viral, and we've been petitioning Merriam-Webster and Oxford, and dictionary.com has now added it to the dictionary. But we ran a petition as well, so it's got over 10,000 signatures. If you want to go sign it, you can find it on Peanut's Instagram. And honestly, like, every signature matters, because the way dictionaries work is they respond to frequency. So, like, use the word, write it, even speaking about it today will help. But when you can't name something, how can you adequately prepare for it? How can we support women through it? How will it be researched, funded? So this is just so important. And I love what you said about bouncing back, because society tells us to bounce back, but there actually is no going back. And if you understand matrescence, you understand that we're fundamentally different on the other side of motherhood. But society uses these phrases like mummy brain and baby brain, like there's a deficit and there's something wrong with us. But actually, we've just gone through the most profound neurological shift an adult will ever go through. But we're just going through it in a society that can't even tell us what that's called, or give us the support and infrastructure that we need to be able to get through it. You know, imagine if we told an adolescent, a teenager, to just bounce back, to just deal with it on their own. Like, we don't put those expectations on children, but we do on mothers. So I do care a lot about this, because I think of the woman, you know, at home in the dark, alone, trying to figure out how to breastfeed with her newborn baby, or crying in the shower. And I think about how that woman feels if they know about matrescence and if they're able to articulate that. And I just find it astounding that we sit in hospitals and we're handed our babies and said congratulations, but really it should be congratulations and hey, just so you know, you're going through matrescence, and here's what you can expect, and here's what's normal, and here's what starts to cross a line and go into postpartum depression and anxiety and psychosis, and here's how you can ask for help and where you can find support. So I just think it's great that I do think, like, the mums of today, I see this a lot on Peanut, like, we're not just accepting the circumstances that we have, you know, like, we're not afraid to be honest about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I think the greatest gift you can give women is to just be honest about it, because it helps remove a lot of the shame.
Yeah, that's so true. And you talk about a little bit about this, and you both have been very outspoken about it. It's just like the mental load that you carry, whether it's decision fatigue, do I breastfeed, do I not, do I stay home, do I go back to work? Like you say, it's you're not going back, you're just in a different phase and stage of life, you're moving forward. How have you dealt with those decisions and the mental load of it all? And, you know, what support systems do you all have?
Well, I will say I'm blessed to have a very strong community of friends and other women in my life that I can lean on, but I have never felt so sure about my decision making since I've had my daughter. I don't play about my time, right? I tell my team every single day, my time is so precious now because once 5:30 hits, it's time for Atlas, right? And then even in terms of my conversations with my business partners or with my husband, I'm very sure about what I stand. I like to say this, I stand on business even much more so now, right? I mean what I say and I do what I do. And I think being a mother has allowed that. It has created a new sense of confidence for me that I didn't know was inside of myself.
Yeah.
For me, yeah, I do think it's also so important, to be honest, about the support that you have. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without a nanny. So we have a full-time nanny for both our kids. But the same as you, I actually start my days at 6 a.m. because I look at my hours in a day and I'm like, oh, if I could scrape some meetings in before they wake up, that might be a good use of my time. So I start work at 6 and I finish at 4. And for me, at 4 o'clock, that's my mum time. And I'm so grateful to have my afternoons with my kids. But I also don't cook. All my meals are delivered every single week because I just feel like if I can not spend time in the kitchen at the end of the day, I feel like I get a bit more quality time with my kids. But it does change how you need to set boundaries and how you prioritize. And so I also ask myself the same question every single day when I sit at my laptop. I think about what's giving me the most anxiety. This is a Tim Ferriss productivity method, by the way, so I can't really claim it. I wish it was a woman who came up with it, but it's not. I ask myself what is giving me the most anxiety, and that's usually the biggest task that I really need to get off my plate. And then the follow-up question is, if this was the only thing I got done today, would I feel satisfied with how I spent my time? And that's kind of how I choose what to focus on. Because it is hard when you used to be the kind of person that could work well into the night. I can't do that. There's actually no going back on my laptop after I put my kids down of an evening. As much as I wish I could do it, I can't, especially when I'm waking up at 6. So I just kind of know that that's it for me and that I have to focus on the most important thing every single day.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you both kind of figured out what works for you, and it's not a one size fits all. It's very specific to your path, your journey. And Michelle, you touched on something really important, like support. How did you find your village? How did you identify where you needed support, and what's helped you along the way?
I think a couple of important things to call out about the village. I recently heard this term, the proximity illusion, and I think women can often feel really guilty for feeling alone when there are people around. Maybe you do have family coming over every single day, but support isn't just people physically being in your space, it's the right kind of support. And I think that also can be a hard lesson to go through with motherhood the first time around, because you might actually allow people into your space that aren't the right energy. And so it feels like you're building your village, but it's actually increasing your anxiety and making you feel like a mom. So I think that's important to call out as well. If anyone's feeling guilty for, I think we can feel bad for saying that we feel lonely, like we're going to offend someone if we say that, because the person will be like, well, aren't I your friend? But I think it's, a natural thing to go through. But it can also sound really overwhelming to hear the term, it takes a village. You're like, how many? 10, 50, 100? Is one enough? And I think this is the amazing thing about Peanut, and what I see every single day is it really does just take one. Just one friend, one person who really gets it, who might be in the exact same stage you are, that you don't have to pretend you're okay in front of. You can break down, or they can come into your space and it looks like a bomb hit it and you're not feeling like you have to clean up for them. And so that's why I love Peanut, because it is just this vessel to help anyone find that one person. And yeah, we don't have the infrastructure like we used to back in the day. We're not living with our mums, aunties, we're having kids later in life, we're moving around the world, we're prioritizing our careers. And so Peanut is basically a vessel for you to be able to build your village, and that village can be just one.
No, just to piggyback off of that, I think in the beginning for me, I did not know what help I needed. Right. And so I remember a lot of women, they wanted to come to the hospital. And I'm like, why do they want to see me in the hospital?
That's the last.
Yeah. I'm like,
thing
my
you
hair's
need.
not done. I look a mess. And so I was very grateful that people did come. I mean, bringing the food was an added benefit. But when I got home, I remember, having to FaceTime my mom a lot because she doesn't live close by. And just her just sitting on the phone was all the help I needed. And I didn't need the unsolicited advice, which is something that you just cannot help, right? I had so many of, well, when I had, I had you, I did this.
Smile and nod.
Yeah, I'm like, well, Mom, there's automatic bottle washers now. I don't need to put these bottles on the stove. But I remember my older sister, she came, she booked a flight. Older sisters being older sisters, you can't tell them what to do, right? And she came and literally took the baby, took Atlas, and that was the help I needed because I trust her. I was able to sleep. I was able to just watch TV and just relax. My husband, he got to relax. We got to go on a date. And that is all I needed. And I didn't know that. I didn't know to ask for that. Yeah. So I think when you're becoming a mom is trying to understand truly what do you need in this new stage of life. I wish I would have learned that phrase. What is it called? Matrescence. I didn't know that's what I was going through because you automatically assume that you're going through postpartum, right? That's just what you've seen on television. But I feel like had I known that phrase, I would have been able to adjust to motherhood a little bit differently,
I know. Honestly, the word matrescence changes everything because you stop coming at motherhood from like a comparison perspective of how do I bounce back, and you realize, okay, I'm going to be different on the other side of this, and there's actually so much power in that, and it's setting me up to be a good mom. Like the brain changes help us with empathy, social cues, infant cues, efficiency. Like it's amazing. Yeah. But we're made to feel like it's just baby brain.
Yeah.
It's not. It's so much bigger than that.
Well, we're going to add it to the dictionary one day. Let's manifest. Yes. And before we get into the Q&A, I do have our Stages lightning round of very rapid fire questions for you ladies. So let's get started. These are really quick, so think just a few words for the answers. Okay, one myth about motherhood you want to bust.
Well, mine would be that you can bounce back. Bust that.
That motherhood is perfect.
Oh, love it. What is the last thing you hid from your toddler, Michelle?
Oh, these little crisps that he's obsessed with, and I was trying to get him to eat his dinner, and I had to hide it last night.
For me, it's the phone and the remote.
Oh, the remote's a big one.
She wants to control the TV. I'm like, how do you know how to use this?
I bought my son a fake remote, and he knows. He's like, this is a fake one. I need the real one. Okay, heels, sneakers, or slippers?
Ooh. I feel like I should say heels, but it's truly slippers for me.
Yeah, I'm slippers as well.
Clean kitchen or clean inbox?
Clean kitchen all day.
I'm the same, actually, yeah.
Love it. Favorite solo activity when you do get that downtime?
Mine's so simple. It's just going to a cafe and being able to drink my matcha out of a mug, not a takeaway cup, and just have a moment.
Oh, I love it. Mine is online shopping.
Oh, I love that one. We love that at Shop Today.
It's so much fun.
It is. Most underrated parenting hack?
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to go with this one. It's for me because I do use a bottle washer, laying out all of the bottles ahead of time and having a system in place. And I have to wash 6 bottles like every 3 hours.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, there's
so organized.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's so simple at the moment. We just have this automatic like formula dispenser thing, and we just bring it upstairs every single night. So it's right outside my son's room to just, I feel like it is such a fine line between you being able to get them to fall back asleep and you missing the window and now they're wide awake. So his formula dispenser is outside his door every night and then brought back downstairs in the morning.
That's amazing. I know which one you're talking about, and I had it too. Okay, something that's a luxury to you now as a mom that wasn't before.
Being able to shower.
I'm going to say sleep.
It's the little things.
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom alone.
Yes. Being able to close the door.
To that point.
If being a mom was the Olympics, I would win gold for.
Oh, I'm just going for a participation ribbon, I think.
I would have to say hair, because Atlas, she's in these like little hair bows. Her hair is this long, by the way, but she's put together every single day.
I love that. When the kids show up all done up, you're like, your mom's got it together. I love that. Okay, one thing that moms should stop apologizing for.
Just apologizing for being a mum. Like, I think we all should be able to exist in environments where we don't have to pretend we're not also a mum, and like we're not tired, and that it was hard to get here, and that we've lived a million lives before we walked in the door. So just that part.
Yeah. And I would say missing activities, like just being a career woman, sometimes you're gonna be able to show up and there's other times you won't be able to. And already she's 9 months and she has so many school functions, and I'm just like, how am I supposed to do this? Like mommy yoga on a Friday? I wish.
You're like, it's during the 8 to 5.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, thank you ladies so much. I think we have a little bit of time for a Q&A. Do we have mics? Okay. So, does anyone have any questions for our panelists? I think I saw a hand up. Oh, back there by the bar. I see you.
Hi, Gabrielle and Michelle. I have a question. How has motherhood transformed your leadership in the workplace and how you manage your teams?
Wow, that's a really great question. I feel like I have more empathy for my coworkers, both men and women who have children. I remember like years ago, they were like, oh, can I do this tomorrow because I have to do such and such? And in my head, I'm like, no, but I would say, of course, you can do this tomorrow. And now I feel like, you know, not only having the empathy for them and being able to relate, but the celebration for their dedication, like the hard hours that they put in every single day, knowing that they have all of these other things going on at home. And I will say your child is the most important activity, the most important thing. They don't care about this brief or the campaign or the event that we're doing, but so I appreciate them even much more so now.
Mine's basically the same. I think empathy is a huge one. Like, I just look at every human now and I'm like, oh, there's someone's Alfie or someone's Bobby. And it just makes me view, everyone in the world a little bit differently and have a bit more compassion. The ruthless prioritization is also a huge one for me. And I just don't spend my time on the sorts of things I used to before I had kids. Like, I really ask myself, is this going to help this business make money or not? And if it's not, then I really try not to do it. But that's how I should have been operating before. So, I feel like it's good all around for leadership.
Forces you to prioritize. Yeah. Do we have other questions? Oh, there's one right there.
I have a question specifically regarding the Peanut app, since it came out way after my kids are now big and grown. But is there an avenue in Peanut where someone that's my age that has grown kids now that are out of the house but would still be able to help like young moms, like, what do you need? I'll come, I'll do your laundry, I'll, bring food over, or I'll be a sounding board.
Oh my God, feature idea.
Yes.
That is amazing.
That's like my thing. Like, I want to help other moms like be organized. Like, what do you need me to do? You go sit wherever. I'll come. I'll put deodorant on you. I'll throw you in the shower.
Like, do you
I'll
live in
walk your
Atlanta?
dog.
Do you live in New York?
Like, can you come to Atlanta?
That is.
I'll come wherever you need me to come. Like, I love that kind of stuff. And I just wondered if there was an aspect of that in the app at all, or...
You know what? That specifically, no, but it's such a good idea. Like, we are really for women at all different life stages: pregnancy, postpartum, menopause, perimenopause. We have big groups on the app for all different, like, women's health stages, to be honest. But
we need the section of the app where if
It's
you
like a
want to help
volunteer.
other moms with whatever they
It's
need.
like Uber for mums.
Yeah.
For mums who've been there, done that.
Right. Like,
That's
what can I come and do just because I have time now and you don't? So how can I give back to other moms?
That's such an amazing idea.
Okay.
Love it.
Do it.
Maybe we'll have to talk so you can get some like royalties for this.
Who else? There was my friend Rose.
Hi there. Can you hear me? Okay. Fascinating listening to you. And regarding the Peanut app, does it give resources? Because, I mean, several things that you said. I've been a nurse for 50 years. I worked with mothers and babies pretty much the whole time. And I ran a breastfeeding clinic. And I can still remember a dad who I said, so do you have any questions? And he said, well, this is our first baby. We don't know what we don't know. And so then I started teaching, because I trained other lactation consultants. They don't know what they don't know. So here's what you must teach them, what you should teach them, because it's not like a drive you can put in.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, and also if you're a lactation consultant, I just feel like they're heaven, like angels on earth when you're first going through motherhood. Oh my God, I had one coming around to my house nonstop, weighing my child to see if they'd had enough milk. That's where my mind was going. We have Peanut Pros. So we work with a whole army of experts, health professionals, and we have this section on the app called Pods, which are live audio rooms. And so there are constantly sessions that we're running with experts on feeding, sleep, relationships, returning to intimacy. So there's always live rooms you can dip into and listen to an expert, and you can ask questions. And then we also have a blog, which is all expert reviewed content, so that you can read resources that are verified.
Awesome. Thank you.
We have other questions. I see a hand right here.
So I apologize, I don't know much about your Peanut app, but is it just for mothers?
It's only for women.
For women?
Yeah.
And do you have anything regarding breast cancer?
There are groups, again, on the platform for people navigating illnesses, or like even partners that are navigating illnesses.
Okay, so you do have like things, so if someone's going through breast cancer or had breast cancer, there's a group that you could have people who talk about what they're going through at the time?
Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you.
One right here.
As moms, sometimes our dreams can get put into a different category than the top of the prioritization list. And so while all three of you are here through a business lens, I'm curious what your big dream is that you'd still love to see realized in your lives.
Great. Well, I'm so glad you asked that. When I found out I was pregnant, I literally wrote in my journal, oh, life is over, right? No, seriously, because I also double as a TV talent. I go on air a lot, and I started doing that heavily before I became pregnant, and I just thought it was going to end. And oddly enough, it has scaled, it's skyrocketed after I've had her. And my dream, and I'm just gonna put this into the world, is I would love to have a talk show where I'm speaking to women and I'm talking about, body confidence, fashion, a little bit of gossip to keep it spicy, but, that's something I would love to do in life, and I hope that can come to fruition.
We'll get you your talk show. I was so scared to become a mum. I felt like it had to be one or the other, career or baby, because of things that I'd seen throughout my career. And I think so many women will be able to relate to that. Like you see things in passing, you watch another woman be passed over for a promotion. One time a founder asked me for advice on if they could take back someone's promotion after they found out they were pregnant. And so that really ingrained on my brain and told me that it would be a bad idea. And I actually did a survey on my Instagram once, and I asked my community, do you feel like having a baby would jeopardize your career? And 86% of women said yes. And I think it's not I'm really focused on this, how people feel like it has to be a choice. And I think the reality is women can do it. We can do anything, but we still live in a world where we're penalized when we take time away from work, or we might not be in a safe, supportive environment, or it isn't actually a choice. It's something like a way we're having to go under pressure. It's either pressure or privilege. And I really want to see a world where it's a choice for everyone, accessible childcare, affordable childcare, access to flexible work, more organizations allowing job sharing, all of that, like not being penalized when you want to take time off or family holidays, 4-day work weeks. They're a big conversation in Australia at the moment. That's like that area is where I'm really, really focused on my work going, just so women can feel as fulfilled as possible in whatever route they're taking.
Love that. So I think we're short on time. I think we could take one. Oh, you're asking me? Okay. I'm not used to being the one being interviewed. I think for me, you know, I've always had a bit of an entrepreneurial spirit, and I think that's something I always come back to, even as I've taken on a more corporate track. And so maybe one day, you never know, I'll go back to that. So my grandmother, who I always looked up to, she moved to this country when she was 40 from Colombia, didn't speak a word of English, left all her businesses behind, and she started from scratch at 40 and really built an empire for herself in Miami. And so I always think about her story and how she inspired me. And I remember, you know, faking being sick so I could stay home. And I would call her and be like, Abuelita, come pick me up. I want to go to the jewelry store with you and buy some jewelry that she would sell. And so I always followed her around. And she always said, like, you know, one day you'll do your own thing. And so I go back to that a lot. And so for me, I think maybe one day. We'll see. Thank you. I think I just ate up all of our time. So thank you all so much for being with us today. Ladies, your stories are so inspirational. I feel like we could go on and on forever.